utilizing that Eclipse, utilizing the ultimate from the Solar Flare, you could just check, hey, does enemy mid have flash? If yes, then he should just dodge this ability, and now we're going to be up a summoner spell going into this fight. But
Xiaohao doesn't necessarily find Shun on the invade to go find a camp advantage. I think the goal is just to track Shun. Meanwhile, Joel is getting very aggressive, trying to set up Shun for a gank onto the top side. Looking for the movement speed from that empowered E Assault. Looks for Palkia, gets him before he gets a chance to flash away, and that is first blood for Shun. I'm not sure if that increases EDG's chances of being able to secure these grubs.
I think it makes it much more difficult for them, because now they don't have a real ability.
Ooh! He dodged the Solar Flare by pulling Chuo in with the Dredge Line. Now the fight erupts here. Here comes Xiaoshu from downtown with the unstoppable onslaught, but everyone from EDG flashes over the wall. Decimating Smash slows down Palkia, but not enough to get him in range for JDG to sink their fangs into. EDG get one kill cleanly out, and everyone escapes.
EDG being last to this play makes it so difficult. ZDZ?
Public execution into Dredge Line. Xiaoshu is caught with his pants down. Shun is forced to use the Grand Starfall just to get back in there, but now ZDZ is able to flash back to safety, but Scout falls off the perfect execution. Paze goes in, flying forward, looking for more kills, and JDG come to life, being able to drop kills one after another. It's only On and Angel that are left in the aftermath, but JDG find their moment.
You get one. You get one, basically. Do not, if you die to this, we're going to be laughing at you. Please don't make me do this. Gets the Comet Spear, there's all the healing. And from EDG's perspective, why are we trying to contest on the top side? On was incredibly late to this play. JDG just win everything. They get the first 3 kills, first 4 kills of the game now, and maybe they try to look for Angel on side lane here. It's Scout and Juo. Juo still has teleport, so even if he shows up on this side of the map, he can very easily show up on another part. We have a Corki and Nautilus lane. How are we not fighting in the early game and getting ourselves an advantage? How as Jarvan and Orianna is our first combination where Orianna doesn't have a shockwave to play with. JDG are correctly punishing their opponents and open up what is going to feel like 2,500 to 3,000 gold difference.
None of these items have been fully completed yet. It's just components, and now ZDZ, no flash from the prior fight. Public execution at least dances out of the Solar Flare, but the unstoppable onslaught still locks him down, and that's another kill on the board for JDG. And JDG are the ones now reaping the benefits of accelerating against the curve. First items pretty much on every carry across the board. And Shun is now looking for a pick with Chuo, who flashes on top of Palkia and ensures that even with the Dredge Line, there's nowhere to go. Shun now 3-0-1 on the Pantheon.
To do the same. Herald's going to be started up here for JDG. EDG not really in a spot to even contest here.
Chuo is the bodyguard alongside Pace. Scout flanking on the left side. Looks for Angel. Clean execution on the combo, but the shockwave forces him out as the depth charge will follow Scout to the very bitter end. Unstoppable onslaught from Xiaoshu. Gets the knock up onto the front line. Xiaohao trying to flash over to the right, but he's got no damage follow up on that side of the fight. But Shun is already at 50% HP, so is Xiaoshu. Pace is running out on the Transcendent State, and EDG have the numbers advantage. They're pushing forward. ZDZ lunging forward into the backline as he slices and dices in that Drake Wolfhound stance, but not enough damage finds Pace into the backline as On goes down swinging. Palkia now gets jumped by Shun, and it's the jungler for JDG that saves the day.
It is 10-3, and honestly, Rafa, that is a great team fight here for JDG. We're doing an Angel?
There's no flash for Angel. Shun knows that he's got enough HP to set it up.
No!
He misses the Comet Spear, but it doesn't matter. That's the Shun special right there.
Where I think EDG need to slow the game down. They need to not be taking these fights. On is trying to squeeze damage. Yeah, that's one.
Hey, that's nice for EDG. That's an objective bounty picked up, but Scout has teleported into the left flank. Now looking for On. Perfect execution for the first cast into the Shuriken backflip. Doesn't even need the second cast to finish him off. JDG now have a chance to reposition and set up for the second dragon of the game.
In between the turrets here, which I think is incredibly funny. Xiaoshu, oh god. Oh, we're doing this.
It's a trap! Xiaoshu run! There's no flash, and the Cataclysm locks him down into the baby cage. Xiaoshu pops the Soul Furnace for the shield, but they know his fate is written in the stone. And ZDZ gets the shutdown.
Turret on the bot side, so this is going to be more gold being funneled into JDG.
I mean, EDG, if they want to force a fight, they know that Scout cannot join since there's no teleport, but he's caught under the towers. EDG is forced to flash. Big 3-man shockwave, but there's not much damage behind it. Juo is still alive. Here comes the Rift Herald from Xiaohao. Should be able to at least crash open this tier 1 turret. Another objective bounty goes into the pockets of EDG. Dredge Line misses as it is a flash used. His joining on this roster at the beginning of Split 3 has been the biggest surprise for this team so far.
It's been so fun to watch. Lane wave. GG have not been spotted here. Maybe that Demacian standard spotted them right before the ward comes in from Palkia. Scout not seen yet. A lot of important summoner spells up and available.
Unstoppable Onslaught splits up EDG. Palkia on the top side, but On is able to get away from the engage. Depth Charge now right on top of the tank for JDG, but the rest of JDG are burning down the Otacon. Big Solar Flare stops Xiaohao for now, but they're not able to hold the line, and now they drop the Otacon. It's at 3k HP. EDG could rip this and try to see if they can steal it away from JDG. Shun can he be a hero? It's Xiaohao that steals the Otacon right under the noses of JDG. The collapse comes in. Shun is dropped, and EDG have sprung to life in game 1 of the series.
Level here from Rod of Ages, so... Oh no, no, not before the dragon.
Shuriken backflip, but the nice knock up into the dredge line. Scout gets caught out by EDG. The punishment is grand. With current or former pros from the LTA, NACL, or the ERLs, use the code LPL10 to save 10% on ProDiv and schedule 101 today. These have been hit here for a majority of EDG carries. Rest of JDG trying to see if they can get through the bottom tri-bush. Scout on the bottom flank here. Public execution into the back. Pace is compromised. The barriers pop, and he's firing still. The rest of JDG hold the front line strong enough for their back line to survive. Dredge line from Palkia continuing the fight on the Xiaoshu. Angel and On can still carry out the damage here. The rest of JDG have to reposition and they have to reposture. A recall comes in. A teleport will come in for Zhuo to be able to rejoin the fight. EDG now on the wrong side of the map, trying to hold his position here. No shockwave available. The slow from Pace connects. On is forced to flash away. They're trying to look for the blast cone to get back to safety. Palkia is going to give his life to save his AD carry, but On still might be in range. They land another slow, and Xiaoshu cleans it up for JDG.
Man, EDG just take the win and back off. We have this dragon that's not going to be going over, and Scout wasn't able to do much in that fight afterwards, but I've got to say, Ruff, I'm quite disappointed in what we're getting here from EDG. Feels like we were trying to do a little too much on one side of the map. We were going too far for some of these angles. If they had just gotten their win and backed off.
JDG climbing back up with that gold advantage here. Still haven't yet found 3 items for a majority, but it's only for Paze. Solar Flare misses on the Xiaohao, forced out. Xiaoshu tries to follow up with the engage as well. The Unstoppable Onslaught. Shockwave forces Scout to flash upon entry with that teleport. Palkia re-engages, Depth Charge into the backline. Paze is knocked up briefly, still able to fire in the Transcendent state. Big slow with the W. He's able to dash out over the wall. Dredge line snags Xiaoshu as he tries to look for the blast cone as an escape route. Xiaohao finds the knock-up. Everyone's burning down Xiaoshu. Pace is holding the right side flank, and the rest of JDG are trying to reposition and get their tank the hell out of there, but it's the flash from Palkia to guarantee the dredge line, and Xiaoshu has to be sacrificed. JDG lose on their front line, but what can EDG do here? And you can see that EDG were not able to push through that choke point because Paze is stepping up and being almost a deterrent himself. Angel forced to use the Zonias to dodge the Solar Flare. Xiaohao goes in, but he gets stunned upon entry. Cataclysm into Shockwave, massive damage on the Paze, but he just dashes out of the baby cage. He's able to heal up. Public execution snags him! Angel follows up onto ZDZ as they breach the backline, and Paze loses his first life in game 1. The rest of JDG have lost their star carry, and they are forced to retreat. Scout cannot save Shun. He's under fire under the tier 1 tower. ZDZ trying to follow through. Xiaohao flashes forward. Scout is able to get away, but EDG have found their mark, and Paze is dropped.
Man, just the amount of abilities there missed by certain members of JDG. I mean, just looking at the redemption, Zhuo got it nowhere near Paze. So Paze saves his flash, goes down. Those are a ton of bounties going over to JDG. It swings the gold back in their favor. They get the 2 turrets in mid. They're going to get Baron, and they need to reset instantly, Rafa. We don't care about these minion waves. It is up to JDG to fix them because we've got Dragon spawning in a minute, and that'll be Soul going over to them.
For JDG in gold, this is so massive, and being able to hold posture and position to deny the Infernal Soul away from JDG. The Baron buff is forcing JDG solo laners to try and split up the map, answer back some of the waves to make sure that they are not losing so much free experience and gold on these side lanes. And now the Infernal Soul has been delayed by an extra 5 minutes. But for another minute, EDG can do some massive damage to the structures of JDG, further ballooning the gold lead they have.
Able to turn team fights now.
For the most part, Paze has done a great job of being able to bait out cooldowns from EDG. He knows he has to do it again now that he has both Flash and Barrier and available to try and create opportunities for his teammates. But it was the thing that got him punished in that fight near the mid lane river. Now EDG are barreling through the base. They've already breached through inhibitor towers. The top inhibitor falls on continuing to push here. No threat from the side of JDG as they don't even want to take a chance of flubbing the base defense.
If they lose a single member, that could be the end of game number 1. He's gonna chase.
They're gonna
split.
send it. ZDZ, no public execution as he completely misses it, but the depth charge creates a lot of space. Shockwave, a lot of damage into the front line. Xiaohao commits forward. Doesn't pop the Cataclysm yet. Scout now finds his moment, looks for the perfect execution, causing a lot of disruptions in the backline. Palkia has already been dropped. Finds the Shuriken backflip. Perfect execution. Second cast tries to flash away for the Cataclysm, but not enough as Angel drops him. But JDG do enough to defend the base. Feral Soul spawning once again in the next minute and a half. But with where the waves are, I don't know if JDG will have a chance to contest for it again.
He's gonna pick up another wave here. It's EDG first out of the map. Man, losing this top lane inhibitor is proving so detrimental for JDG, as it takes them a long time to be able to actually properly push this wave out and apply vision. So JDG are losing another dragon. That'll delay the soul that we've been talking about for a bit of time. This gives JDG, you know, the similar for their opponents, gives them time to. Jun also loses his flash, can enter back into this pit. It is darkness yet again. Another teleport now from Zhuo. No solar flare. And honestly, all of JDG, they need to reconnect right now because they're spread.
Xiaohao and ZDZ have GAs. They caught Xiaoshu, Zhuo, and Shun trying to find an angle to capitalize. Xiaoshu flashes out of the Cataclysm, but Zhuo has no flash from the previous fight, so he is dropped on. Whoa, that was crazy. He almost died for it. Forced to flash away. He ends up getting dropped by Scout in the end. He goes golden with the stasis, flashing away with the perfect execution. He's still alive, and Xiaohao's GA is burned. He is able to EQ away. ZDZ now pressing through the front line. The shockwave catches Paze, and EDG find the heart of JDG and strike it out here in game 1. Xiaohao is going to continue forward, finding Shun. That should be it, Elk. That should be game 1 for EDG.
Can Xiaoshu go and clear this wave? He's got a lot of HP to work with. They're teleporting into the top side. They've got a 3-minion wave here with a cannon on top. Only Scout to make it. Perfect execution is not on. EDG might have won this game 1.
A back and forth bloodbath between EDG and JDG, able to save themselves in 2 clutch fights. Scout doing everything he can to try and save this one for JDG, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Game 1 goes to EDG.
Too many random mid-game fights, and I think the solo laners here of JDG really letting the team down.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.